I want to talk about people that we all know. And this is going to be my very opinionated opinion. I personally, and I'm sorry if you're one of them, I do not like people that buy cars that they cannot afford.
Oh, yes.
And a view through my observations through the years of living in the US and in Europe, it seems like there is one car maker that is really sought after for people that cannot afford this type of cars, and it's BMW.
Or Audi.
Yeah, okay. Or Audi, I don't know. But it seems like there is like a show-off factor to BMW that there is not in Audi or Mercedes.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't
I don't know. It's maybe because they look a little bit more sportier, or I don't know what they represent exactly.
I like BMW.
Yes, well, okay. Your bias. But yes, why do people buy cars that they cannot afford? Why do they do that? I do not understand.
Why would you buy a car that you cannot afford?
See,
Why
now
would you?
she's pissed because she has a BMW. So now she's not going to talk about it because she feels attacked.
No, I don't feel attacked. I mean, it's not that I cannot afford. It's okay. Many people think that it's an expensive car. And probably it is. But if you are go to the services, the fuel is not that. I mean, with $30, I don't drive a lot, so with $30 or $40, it's fine.
Are we talking about like you want to prove that it's affordable to have a BMW because
It
of the
is.
maintenance is included? And
Yes, it is. For me, it is.
And because it's a reliable car, right?
It is a reliable car. I mean,
Yes.
I don't drive to Florida or to somewhere else. I just drive from home to the office to pick up my daughter.
Yes.
And then.
So we're talking about someone that does not do long commutes.
Yeah, no, I do not.
And I think Tesla is a little bit over your budget, but even if it was not,
Excuse me.
even if it was not, she told me because when we talk about car, we talk about electric cars, and I was trying to look for my new car. And I was looking into electric cars because I'm not driving 100 miles every week, or I have short commutes.
I'm sure.
And it makes sense, and I don't want to pollute, and I want to be make an exemplary decision for my daughter as well. And I mean, yeah, there are really good cars. Anyway, and so we talked about it, and what you told me is that you had anxiety just thinking about having an electric car.
Yes. Like, okay, just two things that I want to add. First of all, the car that I have, it's not because I chose my car and you know it.
Yeah.
I didn't choose that car, and I didn't agree to have that car. And it was supposed to be a birthday present, but a birthday present is something that you receive
without paying for it.
Without paying for it, but at the end, since month one, I pay for that car. So I am paying a car. I like it. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I think I really like the BMW. I like my car a lot, and it's fine. But if I would have had the chance, I would definitely not choose that car at all.
Not have chosen that car.
No, but that's one thing. So yes, I got stuck with that car, and I am
with the payment too.
Yeah, stuck with the payment that I could refinance because some people very right decisions, and as you said, to show off and just to have a BMW, because at the time we just bought a house, so you want to have the perfect picture of your house, a nice house with your cars, brand new cars, blah blah blah. So I wasn't super happy about that, but anyway, I forgot what I was telling that.
And no, you just wanted to mention that you didn't select your BMW.
Yeah,
it was
I didn't
selected
select
for you, but you still make the payment and you're stuck with it now.
Yeah, so I refinanced because the other person that I won't say any name, my ex-husband, he had that car with a very high interest.
Mm-hmm.
So I got stuck at the beginning with like very, very high monthly payments.
Mm-hmm.
And then, thanks to my hard work in my finances, I could find a better
Deal.
interest.
Yeah.
Yes, like way much better. So now I am trying to get rid of my car.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find another new car. So but I guess I'm stuck with my car for another 1 year or 2 years because it's just like it's stupid how things happen. So
And
now my car, as probably a lot of people, it's like the value is
yes,
less.
than what you could sell it for.
Yeah, because I
No,
had a
you could sell it for less than
yeah because I had
what
an
you owe.
accident. Because I had an accident, it wasn't my fault. Someone
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
no, I know it doesn't matter, but
You're upside down on your
yeah.
car, basically.
Yeah, I mean, not for much, but it's still. So the salesman was like, oh, okay, lady, well, yeah, you have to make some payments of $800 a month
For a new car?
for a new
For
car.
a lease on top of
For
that.
a lease. It was like, yeah, no, thank you. So I left very disappointed. And then, of course, during this quarantine, we were talking about the fact like, yes, we need to take care more of the environment, blah, blah. So yes, I was very excited to get a new car and an electric one. So, but it gives me anxiety that there's not much option there to charge your car. So imagine if you decide to go to Florida.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about, because I was telling you, like, but what is type of commute do you do, like, to be afraid to not, I mean, it tells you, you know, how many miles you have remaining.
I know.
It's not like, and you have a charger at your place on top of that.
Yeah.
Or at work.
At work, yeah. I mean, mostly in the cities. In the cities, you have a
Yeah.
charge. Yeah, but
So she's
but-
afraid of things that she's not doing anyway.
yeah, but it's still like, what if you decide to go somewhere else and you don't have the? I like to have options.
But these options are very expensive, because if you decide to have...
No,
like,
I won't have a Tesla.
No, but...
It's super expensive, that car.
Okay, yes, but it's the same as people buying pickups when they actually use the cargo twice a year. So, I mean, it's not like they're paying much more to have a pickup, but, you know, what's the point of buying a pickup if you don't use the
Yeah.
cargo that much? It's just because, oh, I want to have a pickup. Okay, well, you have a pickup. That's great. But do you use it for what it's worth? No. Okay, so why do you do it? And it's the same, like, if you're afraid of having an electric car because someday you want to go to Florida and you don't want to stop to charge the car.
What if I want to go? Now I don't have the option.
It's not a valid excuse. You can rent another car. And,
so what is the point to having a car if I need to rent another car?
you have to think like how many times that will occur, and probably not. And so
you know how many times in my head, salud.
Thank you.
I have gone to Florida.
How many times?
In my head, many.
In your head. Yeah.
So now I cannot even imagine that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I heard, I listened to a podcast, a Mexican podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy has an expert about cars. Like they talk about different cars or whatever.
Yeah.
And they are developing, because now the time for charging your car, it's a 1 hour.
It depends.
Right?
You have like superchargers now.
But now they are working, like there's many companies now that they are about to release chargers that can charge your car in less than 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And also more affordable to these places, so they can place a lot of like gas stations.
Yeah.
Because you have, like, seriously, like, at least with my car, it's like, okay, so if I run out of gas, I call the insurance or whatever, and they can, you know, but if it's your car, it's electric, do they have like mobile?
I think you probably like have a portable battery that you can keep like a tank
a
of
tiny
gas, like a
Duracell.
tank of gas, like you have for your phones. You know, like you have those portable
yeah,
batteries.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does exist. But anyway, like it's so rare, but it's not. It should not be included in the decision making, because it's so rare. It's like, I don't want to buy a house. Why? Because there might be a storm, and I might lose the house. Okay,
no. I
it's
mean,
the same.
You have to consider a lot of things. Yes, it shouldn't be an issue for me, but but in the in unconsciously it gives me anxiety, and
Well, I
I
think you
wouldn't.
should work more on the
Yeah,
anxiety than than trying to
yeah,
find the.
I need to work in my anxiety, and also because we know we need to save the planet, and some sacrifices needed to be done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there are so many electric cars that are sold nowadays. Like I think like Tesla last month was for a brief period of time the most successful car making
yeah,
company, like the most with the most profit or something like that. So they are very hugely successful. We know like the Nissan Leaf was very
the
successful.
Prius one, it's
The
very
Prius
successful.
is a hybrid though.
Well, yeah,
it's
it's hybrid.
different. But
Yeah,
the
probably I should have an hybrid.
but the Nissan Leaf was extremely popular. Now it's like sitting, I think, on the it's back into their lot because people were leasing them because it was like $120 to lease them
Really?
because there was that what is that like package stimulus package to buy electric cars, and so it would like discount the price so much that it was just making sense. And I think that was like 5 years ago. And I know I had a neighbor that it just got a Nissan Leaf. I was like, yeah, I don't really like the way it looks. I say, well, but inside it's very spacious. It's super nice to drive. The torque is great.
But
And I'm paying $120.
oh wow, yeah,
It's
super
like,
cheap.
okay, yes, that
Super
I
cheap.
understand then. But now when you look at Nissan Leaf, I think the
I don't
starting
like the line.
price. Yes, me neither. But the starting price, I think it's 32,000, something like that. So that's why I'm surprised it's still that expensive because it's been out for many years now,
Yeah.
and it's still very expensive.
Well, I should work. I mean, if I want, okay, I won't have a Tesla because it's super expensive. And on the top of that,
Why don't you work towards being able to have a Tesla, like not being Tesla broke, but
No,
being
because
like comfortable enough to
I
be
think
able to
no,
do
I
it?
think I'm in a stage of my life that I just need a car. And I was talking with my parents because I called them when I was going back home after I took my car to the service, and I was like, yeah, I want to have another car, but like my mom, seriously, like this is a very typical Mexican thought. Like you should have another, the best one, Audi, Mercedes Benz. They just want like.
Why?
And I was like, seriously, my priorities is not having like this type of cars. I just want a car that allow me to do my stuff, which now you know that I don't have a big commute, to save money because I want to retire. You mean young, or when I am retired, I have enough money to travel and all and do all the stuff that I really want to do.
So you don't.
And yeah, of course, if my job permits and allows, yeah, of course I can. And even that, I even if I was earning a lot of money, like probably I will invest my money in traveling. I like travel. I'd rather spend my money in a very, very
it does
unforgettable trip.
Yeah, it does make sense because like I've been in different like nowadays like car makers are making really really good cars, and it's really hard to know which one is like top of the line and which one is not. Like I changed my car not too long ago, like 3 months ago, and I was looking to different cars. So I had an Audi before, like an old one, that's why I could afford it. But I had so many issues with it, and the maintenance was so expensive. And people told me, say, "Oh, getting an Audi, well, I hope you have the means for it because it's kind of expensive to maintain."
Yeah.
So it's kind of a solid car, it's reliable. No. Every time I had a problem, like I think I didn't spend like 4 months without having a problem on this car.
You're losing your hair. That's because of your car.
I mean, it was nice to drive. I was like, oh, it's so cool to drive. Like it was really fun to drive when it was working.
So you just a parenthesis before
yes.
So you enter in the category of why people buy cars that they cannot afford.
So I could afford it, but not new.
No.
So it was an old car.
No. Affording a car is not just buying the car. It's just
Yeah.
the maintenance and everything. So
yeah. So I was falling to that category that I was really opinionated about at the very like a few minutes ago.
Because
in that category was I basically I was being 40 years old, getting to 40, and I was like, I'm tired of getting shitty cars. Now I'm going to buy a nice reliable car. of course, it was way too expensive to buy new, so I bought it like it was 6 or 7
And I
years
think
old.
it's stupid to buy a new car.
And yeah, anyway, you lose 20% right of the lot, but and it's not an investment. You don't invest in a car. It's you lose money. But so I was really happy about it. It's like, I'm about to be 40 and I can finally afford that because I started really from zero and stuff. But anyway, and then so many problems. And I tried different cars, and I can tell you that like between a $25,000 car and a $40,000 car, there's no $15,000 worth of differences.
For you.
I mean,
I can say for me too. But
the only thing you pay for then is the image, what you want to represent, which I go back to BMW. And I fell into that category to be an Audi at 40 because I guess it was like, it was not show off, but it's like me feeling content, like, I can finally get there.
Because you achieved something.
But it's wrong. I mean, I was wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It's something. No, it's depending on the stage of where you are.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, from my background, like, I started from scratch because I come from a family that doesn't have any money or whatever. So of course your standards, and especially in Mexico, like people that are successful, it's because you have a good car, you live in a good place.
It's the same everywhere in the world anyway.
Yeah, but like for me, when I could have, or now that I can afford my car, like, okay, I just fulfill that probably very shallow, how do you say?
Superficial side of us that we all have at some point.
Yeah, so now it's like, okay, no, I rather, because before I wasn't traveling because my life was different. But since I started to travel, it's like, no, this is what I really want because it's really fulfilling.
Yes.
So seriously, people, for me, I rather, like, again, pay
to have life experience rather than representation.
Like this year I really wanted to take my daughter first to Australia, and then because of the fire and whatever, then to Vietnam. And then I wanted to take her to a safari in Africa. But many people discouraged me.
No, I think she didn't realize like the time to travel.
Yeah, but
because she only had 5 days, and I told her, but like just the
and for
the
my
trip
daughter
is going to be 4 days.
Yeah, no, the trip was just to get there. It was 32 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it's 2 days to go, 2 days to come back. But
it's
a 5-day trip, you're 4 day traveling,
and it was expensive.
Yes.
So that's why instead of, it was like $5,000 per person. So instead of paying $15,000 for a car, I'd rather save that money. And instead of going 1 week to Africa, I could probably go 2 weeks to different points, like in a calm pace, and my daughter being able to enjoy like different.
In a calm place?
Pace, like not rush it, because I could only afford like 1 week.
Yeah.
So that's why I rather.
Everybody has different priorities, but at the end of the day, we're all living on this earth, and what we will get out of his life is our experiences.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I will be on my dying bed thinking of the cars that I had,
or the sneakers that you have.
Maybe the sneakers, but more of the life experience and what we shared and loved, and probably trauma maybe a little, but it's all about emotions and things that we share. But a car can bring you a lot of emotions. That's why you have collectors. And